Hey everyone, good morning. It is July 29th. We have a trade on gold today, and I wanted to do a recap on it and go over kind of some of the things that I've been working on as far as my self-discipline and my patience. So yeah, let's get into it. So first of all, before we get into the trade, I've been really trying to nail down one trade a day, making sure that it's a quality trade and that I've really done checked off all the marks, to make sure that this is a trade that this is a triple A trade that I'm looking for. And I kind of I'll still look at these other charts to see if there's anything happening, but I'm really putting I'd say 99% of my focus into gold, just because gold is such a clean trader, and it just, I love the way it moves. I love the amount you get back per pip. Everything I know, I'm very comfortable with it. So I decided to make this my main trading vehicle. And it's working out really well because in doing so, while just watching this one chart, you really get to understand it and see what it's doing, because you're familiar with just how it's moving. And so with that, that's how I got into my trade from today. Early this morning we had a sell-off. I wasn't there for that. It was a little bit before I got on, and so I missed this move. I was fine with that. I knew we were going to get something else, regardless, up or down. I just knew we were going to get another move, so I decided to play the long game. And after this move, we got a chop, we got this this whole consolidation area, which is to be expected. And there were some things that were starting to show up that kind of caught my interest. So first thing I started to do was mark up the levels. So on the 30-minute, and something Darren had mentioned recently is on one of his last videos, he said you don't have to check your line charts on the 5-minute because the higher time frames take precedence, and that higher time frames take precedence, that it kind of blew me away. I don't know, it's so simple, but I was looking on the 5-minute and checking out the line chart, which there's nothing wrong with that. But I would find myself seeing too many supports, too many resistances, and kind of getting caught up in that. Whereas when I look at just the 30-minute, it makes everything a lot more clear. And then when he said that they take precedence, the higher time frames take precedence, I had already known that, but for some reason, it just kind of, I just forgot. I just completely ignored it, and I forgot that we're trading off the 30-minute. That's where you got to be looking for your targets, your entries, and that's how I got these levels from today, because we had this consolidation area, we had the high of this 30-minute candle, and then this was all clear space to trade through. The only support that we had, a resistance, was the low of this 30-minute candle. So this was already setting up really, really well. And then we move over to the 5-minute, and you get to see the movement starting to form. You can already see we have a low here, without even going to the line chart, but we'll get into it. We have the low here, we have a high, we have a higher low, and the next thing that we're expecting is the higher high. So as this was all setting up, I was just waiting for my entry, waiting for my signals, and we ended up started to see the RSI move on the 30-minute, break above the 20 level, starting to get closer to that 0 level. So it was around the 15, somewhere around there, 15 RSI, when I started to get interested. While on the 5-minute, we could see we already had a 20 level trigger break, which was really nice. All I was waiting for essentially was the break above this this level, this pivot area, pivot point. So once it did, I entered and set my stop somewhere near the lows of this candle, and it worked right away. I ended up missing this first pop right here because it was so fast and it sold off again. So I sold on the way back up for a nice green, and it ended up, even though I didn't trade it all the way up to target, it did work all the way up, just with no dilemma, just went straight up. So that it kind of goes to show this clear space, this clear area on 30 minutes really powerful, because it essentially allows your move to fulfill itself without anything in the middle to disrupt it. So that's always something to look for when you're looking for a clean target, clean trade. And yeah, I mean, I think there's not much else to go over in this trade. It's just all I'm doing is looking for my AAA trades. I'm looking for one trade a day. Call it, because once you size up with enough size, this could be a $50 trade, this could be a $500 trade, it could be a $5,000 trade. I mean, it's all the same. You trade the same no matter what, and that's really important to me. So that's what I'm focusing on. And yeah, I mean, I just love gold. Love gold. But yeah, all right, guys, I will leave it there on that note. Yeah, I will catch you guys on the next one. Take care.